ProVeg UK is a non-profit which is part of ProVeg International, a food awareness organisation working to transform the food system by replacing 50% of animal products globally with plant-based and cultivated foods by 2040. We support school caterers and over a quarter of local authorities in the UK to improve health and sustainability on the school menu through our School Plates programme, recipe development, in-person and online plant-based cooking, that's this one, and our awards programme. So don't forget to send in your menu so we can review it, as you may well be our next award-winning caterer. As you see here, well, our aims in the UK are to make school food healthier and more sustainable, but an added advantage is that you may save money. As you know the saying, chickpeas are cheaper than chicken, and it is more inclusive. So a lot of other diets, which are not perhaps standard UK diets, are able to benefit from eating plant-based. It's halal, it's kosher, it's generally freer of allergens. So we find it's a win-win situation. And here you see some of the winnings. A traditional spaghetti bolognese compared with a plant-based spaghetti bolognese, it's cheaper by 27%. It's 87% lower in saturated fat, which is a real solution given that so many children are reaching primary school already with veering towards obesity. It has more than double the fibre, as you know, fibre being another big problem in the UK. This can address that in one fell swoop. And it has less than a third of the carbon emissions of the meat-based dish. So it's worth exploring. And we are now, as you see, working throughout the UK with a quarter of local authorities. And the types of things we do, as I mentioned, are recipe development, plant-based cooking in schools, and our awards programme, which has just exploded in the first year that we've been doing it, because people like to show that they are actually taking steps towards sustainability in a big way. And that's what this helps to prove. We are now working with 6,500 schools, and we've helped to swap over 14.5 million meals to meat-free recipes, which are enjoyed by 1 million children every day. So I won't go through all the slides about us because there are absolutely reams of them, but you can find out everything you need to know at proveg.com/UK. As you know, we primarily focus on primary schools, but we do know that there's a huge demand for grab and go in secondary schools, as they often need tasty, transportable food in a hurry. What with all the sports clubs and the activities and everything that's going on, we can probably barely keep up with any children of our own. So you all know what that can be like. So we've gone and grabbed, see what I did there, 5 recipes for you today. All of them have been designed for 10 primary portions, so you can easily adjust the quantities. And here they are. We have a minestrone soup and sandwich, Indian-style sausage rolls, Mexican loaded wedges, coronation chickpea wraps, and a zesty carrot cake for you today. There isn't going to be the tuna mayo style jackfruit on the menu today, just doing the first 5, and that's all we've time for. But we will enjoy ourselves as we move on to the recipes with our wonderful host, Polly Higginson, who's going to cook it all up for us. Thank you, Polly.
Oh, thanks for the introduction, Alex, and hello everybody, and welcome to our February online workshop. My name is Polly Higginson, and I am the chef trainer for School Plates, and I'm also the programme coordinator for Scotland and Northern Ireland, so reaching out to different local authorities in Scotland and the Education Authority in Northern Ireland to get them engaged in our programme. And as Alex said, all our recipes today are based around the theme of grab and go, something that we get asked for a lot in terms of recipe inspiration and ideas. So definitely thinking, kind of the cold fillings for sandwiches, wraps, and just ideas, new ideas all the time of just different options, and that are kind of plant-based and like Alex said, inclusive for everybody. So we've got 5 wonderful recipes to take you through today. They are going to be in our new recipe guide, which is going to be coming out in spring. And that recipe guide, and these recipes are focused on primary portions, but particularly these grab and go recipes we feel could be scaled up and would work really well in secondary schools as well. As we know, a lot of our partners do catering for both as well. So hopefully lots of ideas and inspirations for dishes that will work in both. So before I begin with the food, I think we're going to start with our first poll question. Over to you, Alex.
And there we go. About grab and go. Do you add a grab and go as an option in primary school or secondary school, or both, or neither? Or do you do something else? So just leave your comment in the chat if you've got another option. Otherwise, it's really interesting to us to see whether grab and go is something in primary as well as no, it's mostly in secondary, and some have in both. So 88% grab and go in secondary schools and 13% in both. It's very interesting. It seems as if it's happening more in primary than it used to, but yeah, secondary.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, I hope that we can give you lots of new ideas for things that could work really well on secondary school menus, if that's the area that you're focusing on. So first recipe is a classic, I guess, kind of takeaway style dish, a soup and a sandwich, which is something up where I'm based in Scotland is still really big on primary school menus, and kind of all kind of takeaway, cafes and food places. And I'm very kind of passionate about soups being incredibly versatile, very, very economical, and really delicious, and really, really nutritious as well. And something we're going to focus on today is the minestrone soup, which again is a real kind of classic rustic soup that you can add lots of different ingredients to. So I'm going to just start off with the minestrone. So I'm heating up just a tablespoon of oil in the pot, and then here I've got my chopped up red onions, which I'm going to add in. And for this dish, I've gone for kind of quite a classic, just simple kind of Italian style dish, very kind of tomato based. But it's a dish that, throughout the year you can kind of rotate the different vegetables or pulses and things that you use in it. And works really well kind of as a takeaway, to be served in a small cup or pot. It works really well, as a small starter portion in primary school. If you're, serving it there at lunchtime alongside like a sandwich or something as well. Really, really delicious. So start my onions. I'm going to chop up here carrots, keeping it quite simple with our vegetable choices for this, but like I said, obviously you can be quite creative, and it's also a really nice opportunity to use up any extra ingredients. So I'm just going to chop up my carrots. They're going to be in the bake while my onions fry.
And lots of these ingredients are just year round, aren't they? You can always get them easily. So it's
Yeah, and I think with the
food.
recipes that we create, we always try and stick with the staples, and we also try to think about the most kind of economical, and that balance of them being vegetables that we know are really popular with children. And then if we're introducing something new or something that's slightly more unusual, thinking, how to best present that. But yeah, for this dish, just simple carrots. Yeah, but also bring a lot of really good flavour in as well.
And I can let you in on the cost of this dish per portion. Everyone, it's 44p per portion, and it's going to have 13.1 grams of fiber and 13.8 grams of protein in it.
Yeah, they're really, really, really good there. Really delivering on nutrition as well. So I'm cutting up a little bit of cabbage and just spreading it quite finely to go in. But yeah, other things that would be really nice: cauliflower, broccoli, a little bit of pumpkin, perhaps in the kind of winter one. My onions going, and then I'm going to pop my carrot and cabbage into the pot.
I don't know about everyone else, but I only have to see the pan and see you put oil and onion and garlic in, and I can smell it through the screen.
Yeah.
But of course, you can't always, can you? And that's why it's nice to be able to taste everything as you're going along.
Yeah, oh,
Our
definitely.
other workshops, isn't it? The in-person ones where we can imagine it now, but you can actually taste and feel it in the in-person ones too. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And so what? Yeah, just maybe just to say for everybody watching, I don't know if you know, we also have our in-person training. So alongside these online workshops that are monthly and really obviously easy for you to kind of dip in and come and see new recipes that we're working on. We also do in-person training where myself or another member of the team will come out to your school, or if you're a local authority, out to you and do an in-person training where we'll work with your staff, and obviously the benefit of that is everybody gets to taste, everybody gets to smell and see all the ingredients and things that we're working with as well. So yeah, kind of can't beat having that experience.
But this is the handiest way to find
But
out.
this is very accessible and hopefully gives everyone lots of nice ideas. So I've got my veg just setting down, and in here I've got a bit of dried bay leaf and a few cloves of garlic which are going in. I'm just going to let that wet down, and then I'm just going to be really fast, putting everything in the pot. So chopped tomatoes, 2 tins. And then we're going to be using black beans in this dish. So our last workshop was on beans and lentils, where we looked at lots of different benefits of lots of different types of pulses. And as I said, always at school plates, these are kind of the cornerstone ingredient of so many of our recipes. So I've chosen black beans for this dish because they're small, sweet, bite-sized, but also absolute nutrition powerhouses. So they work really well in a dish like this. So in goes the black beans.
Polly, I read that one serving of black beans, this is an adult serving of black beans, has 1.5 times the amount of iron as a steak, which is incredible to me, really.
Wow, that really is. Yeah, that's not kind of what you would people would generally think, as well as coming from pulses. I'm going to add in my macaroni pasta as well, which again just makes this much more of a heartier dish, a hearty soup, having the pasta in. And again, like I said, this is for grab and go for a lunch portion to go alongside a sandwich. But obviously, you could really bulk this up into a main course size portion as well and dish, like adding more pasta, more beans and things. And then I'm going to pour my veg stock over it. And then I'm going to just let this cook for kind of, well, 20 minutes. So I'll come back to it in the workshop, but I'll just bring it forward for you to see. You can see that just all lovely in the pots. The bay leaf, the lovely stock, the vegetables, the beans, the pasta. It's a complete lunch. It's everything that you need. Complete balanced lunch in a pot. So that's just why, yeah, it's perfect for school food and for children at lunch. And yeah, great that it can be easily taken in a little pot, to be eaten with their secondary school, going out and about at lunchtime, going outside. I'm going to pop a lid on the pot.
I don't even need a spoon, really. You can I wonder how many people serve soup in a little kind of cup that you could just drink it straight out of the cup. So you even need a spoon to walk around with.
And we're going to come back to that once all the ingredients are cooked through, and I'll serve it up and show you it. But I also hope that kind of showed how fast it is, obviously as well. And if you're making it in, kind of industrial size machinery as well, it's just a case of putting everything in and letting it kind of cook up together. So yeah, that was the minestrone soup.
Is it?
We're going to go to a second poll question while I get ready for.
Oh yes, and you might serve it with a sandwich right on the side, or
yeah. So I've got I'll show that in the future.
Oh, lovely. Okay, we have our second grab and go question. Do you already offer a plant-based grab and go as part of your main menu? And if so, just tell us what it is in the chat. Oh, yes. Oh, half and half grab and go. Exactly split down the middle. Okay.
That's interesting. I would love it if you could pop in the chat what you are currently serving. Just be really interested to hear, because I think what we find from looking at a lot of menus and talking to caterers is that really struggle to think of options for the grab and go that are plant-based as kind of traditionally, and also that kind of fast foody style of food. It can be very like meat and animal product heavy, especially like cold sandwich fillings and things. So that's interesting. It'd be just great to hear what other options you have.
Oh, we've got an option here. One is a homemade onion bhaji slider, which sounds delicious.
Wow, that sounds so good. Yeah. I love onion bhaji, so I bet that's really popular.
Is it popular? Yeah, I bet it is.
Well, that does lead nicely into our next recipe, because it's not an onion bhaji slider.
We planned that.
Yeah, but it's our Indian style sausage roll. The idea behind it was, obviously something wrapped in pastry, like a sausage roll, very easy to pick up and take out and things. But we obviously wanted to create our own version, and that was a bit different. And so we kind of thought about a samosa style filling wrapped up in pastry. And that's what I'm going to show you now. So I'll just bring my ingredients forward. But yeah, so what I'm going to show you for this, as I said, it's kind of based on the samosa filling, so that being mainly potato based. But obviously, because it's for school food, it's really important that it delivers on nutrition as well. And so we using the kind of the potato in the samosa filling, but we're enriching it with some silken tofu. So at the end of last year, we did the tofu workshop where we looked at different types of tofu, and we made a dessert with the silken tofu. The silken tofu is very, very versatile for going into sauces or blending with other ingredients, and what you get there is the benefits of the nutrition of the tofu.
Me and everyone else.
Yeah. So we've got the silken tofu is going to go in with my mashed potatoes. So I'll pop those in together into the bowl.
Delicious. It seems
Yeah,
quite popular, the idea of using a samosa inside something else. Like some people have mentioned a wrap. We've got a sausage roll, which children tend to jump at.
Yeah.
A sausage roll and they're gone in minutes. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if our partners are going to try this one out, what sort of reception it gets, because it sounds popular.
Just getting this a really good mash together, so that the potato and the tofu blend together. And then I'm going to add in some green peas and wee lentils as well, which is just going to give a really nice texture, and again increase the nutrition of the dish, increase the protein of the dish. But yeah, as I said, when we were thinking about it, we didn't want to make it too dense with lentils and things as well, because yeah, just thinking about children that might not be so used to that ingredient, and the potato is a really nice way of kind of binding everything together. So got the potatoes, tofu, the lentils, and the green peas in there. And I'm going to keep mashing all that together.
My little nutrition facts say it's got iron, zinc, calcium, and omega-3 in it. Also 41 p.
Really good. And now I'm going to add in spices. So I've got garam masala, 2 teaspoons of that. My garam masala.
What's your favourite spice?
Me personally.
You personally and everyone, what's your favourite?
Oh, good.
Have one.
I mean, I just love all spice. Cinnamon and cardamom, I love those kind of spices, and again, really good for children. Cumin, coriander, again, classics. But
all of them, Polly. All of them.
All of them. I love all of them. And I guess, yeah, what I really love about cooking foods from other cultures and things is, yeah, the blending of spices and that kind of thing. So, which is, yeah, what we're trying to do with this dish. Here we go. So I'm just going to mix all of this filling together. My spices, add a teaspoon of salt. Give the seasoning.
Lovely. And of course, the spices mean you don't have to add so much salt, don't they? Because it's...
Yeah, that's true. Definitely, that's true. Just a teaspoon of salt going into this, and with something like the potatoes and the tofu as well. Yeah, having the spices and a little bit of salt just to season everything properly and make it tasty. So I'm just getting this really nice squidgy filling, and we've kept this just, you know, use those spices at this stage, but you know, you could also add in fresh coriander, fresh ginger and things as well. I mean, I don't know, like, I haven't had the experience of cooking really at secondary schools, but like if chili is popular or gets used and things with slightly older children, whereas in the primary school dishes we tend to, or we don't use it. So there we go. I've got a lovely samosa inspired squidgy filling.
Wonderful. And then what's great is coming together so quickly as well. It just
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we just have the potatoes ready to go, and then yeah, everything else is just added in together. So my pastry stuck. It sometimes happens, doesn't it, when you unroll the rolled pastry? So I've got puff pastry here. It's not, of course, puff pastry made with butter. Generally, catering kind of pastry and the puff pastry you buy in the supermarkets isn't made with butter. It's made with oil. So perfect for using for keep this dish dairy free. Where's my knife? Here we go. And then I'm just going to cut. Cut it in two long strips. And then I've got a little bit of plant milk here just to run down the edges. And then I'm just going to roll this up to make 2 long sausage rolls that I'll then cut up into my portions.
and we can indeed. We've had a question about whether we can email the recipes after the seminar, Polly.
Yeah, we definitely can. If you let us know who would like any of them. The recipes at the moment, if you've been to any of our recent meetings and workshops, we are about to well, we're in the process of having our second recipe guide kind of designed at the moment.
It is super exciting. We're very excited about it.
So we will be able to send that out, the full designed photographed version, you know, in the next few weeks. So yeah, but obviously if there's a recipe that you need access to, or you would like to use sooner than that, then let us know, because yeah, we're happy to share it with you. It will just not be the beautiful designed version that we're finishing on.
And then hey, I've got another comment from, sorry, Polly, Hayley, who says that they already make vegetable-based pasta dishes and add beans and lentils, which is eminently
that's so great. It's so great. They just work so well with those dishes. Sorry, I'm just going to concentrate here because the final step of this. So when we worked this recipe out, these rolls are very filled with filling, but it's important to use all the filling because the filling is what, you know, has got the good stuff in it. So you don't want it to be too much pastry and not enough of the nutritious part, I guess. So I'm just taking my time to make these very, well, I'm not taking too long, but just really packing the filling in. You can see in 2 nice long rolls. And then I'm going to stretch this over, roll these up, flip them over.
And they have very low carbon emissions, of course, as you would expect from us.
There we go. Sticking a little bit of the paper. There we go. Okay, that's 1 long roll, and then I'll just roll up the other.
It's a bit like Christmas wrapping, isn't it? You've got to make corners.
Then flip them over, and then I'm going to just slice them then into portions. And yeah, all our recipes are worked out to be primary school portions. They serve 10, so I would then cut these into 10, put them on a baking tray, and cook them for about 30 minutes at 180. but I have actually done that already this morning so that I could show you part 2. So I'll just move these ones over to the side. And I'll go into the oven to take out the ones that I made earlier, just so that I could show you what they look like finished.
Oh,
There we go. So they're lovely. They've puffed up. So I just cut them into 10, laid them out on the tray, and then put them in the oven. And they are generously filled, but it's really nice to have a really lovely stuffed roll. And then, you know, perfect for picking up, popping in a bag, popping on a napkin, or if you're serving it like as main course, you know, part of lunch, really easy for service as well, probably more easier than a pie or something, or you know, where you've got sauce and things, you can just easily top those on the plate. So yeah, so that's our Indian style, samosa style sausage roll. That's our second dish.
brilliant.
So there we go. I'll just pop those over here. Okay. So now we're going to move into a Mexican kind of theme with our loaded wedges, which again, we have demoed these in the past, but I'm going to show a slightly adapted, evolved version and how they could work quite well for grab and go. So I've got in here, so there's kind of 2 or 3 parts to it. There's the wedges. So I've got some in here actually that I made earlier, just to show you. So here we've got lovely chunky potato and sweet potato wedges, which I've just lightly covered in oil, a little bit of salt, and then they've just roasted in the oven until they're nice and crispy. So there are the wedges part. And then the loaded part, we're going to have a delicious kind of Mexican inspired sauce. So to make that, in here I've just sweated off an onion and some garlic and red pepper. I'm going to pop that back on the heat. Oops. My soup. Pop that back on the heat, and then into that I'm going to add some chopped tomatoes, tablespoon of tomato puree, just making a lovely rich tomatoey sauce. This section of the sauce, the tomatoey bit, is also our pizza sauce, so that we use on our pizza recipe.
Like a universal.
Yeah, just a really good, delicious tomato sauce. And then just pop water in as well. I'll just give that a minute or 2 to cook.
And this is 56p a portion. And
yeah,
8.2 grams of protein in it.
Yeah.
And no allergens at all of the 14.
Yeah. So yeah, really good, because it's, you know, it's again, you're avoiding you know, from an allergen point of view, you know, again, things always in bread or wraps and things. So this is we just got the vegetables as kind of the base, the potatoes and the sweet potato giving the energy, and then the beans. I've got beans and sweet corn going into this sauce. So it's kind of like a Mexican, you know, chili kind of topping. So I'm going to just blitz my sauce.
And I can tell you, whilst Polly's blitzing, that's my moment, isn't it? I can tell you that it contains iron, zinc, and omega-3. Again, very low carbon emissions in this recipe. So you're going to tick so many boxes of happy people who have a meal they can eat that's free of those 14 allergens, and it's very low in carbon, and it's not going to break the bank either. It's 56p a portion. It also has 8.6 grams of fiber in this, which, as you know, is really something we're trying to fix in the UK because so many children are deficient in fiber. They just don't eat enough fruit and veg. So where you can sneak it in.
Thanks, Alex. Right, I've blitzed my tomato and pepper base of the sauce, and now I'm going to add in, so that's here. I'm going to add in, I've got kidney beans and sweet corn, which will go in. And yeah, originally we did this recipe and we, sorry. So we made the topping and then we kind of baked it all together in the oven, and it was a slightly different topping as well. But the idea of this is, yeah, for it to be served quickly from the counter, or for children just to be able to kind of pick up when it's all portioned out. So I've added the sweet corn and the kidney beans. I'm going to add some smoked paprika.
Oh, that's one of the best spices, I think.
Yeah, I think actually you're right. It is all about the smoked paprika. And again, it's in a lot of our recipes.
It's very
Yeah,
good.
because it works so well for children as well. Like it's a really friendly spice, really delicious, and brings just so much flavour. And then coriander, ground coriander. But it smells so delicious. And then mix the spices in with the all the vegetables and the sauce. And then
red kidney beans have more antioxidants, it says, where I found it, than blueberries, which is extraordinary. So lots of
wow.
antioxidants in red kidney beans.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize that either. And again, blueberries kind of dominate. People kind of always think that they are you know, the most kind of highest levels of antioxidants. So that's really interesting. So I'm going to show you, yeah, the three parts. So we've got our wedges at the bottom, and then we'll put a lovely spoon of our chili on top. Okay, and then the third part is, you know, adding on any other extra toppings. So a little bit of plant cheese. We've got, I've made here a really delicious like coriander yogurt, as a little bit of plant yogurt and fresh coriander, blitz through it. And then just kind of dollop that on the top. And there we go. You could just, you know, a fork to eat it, just on a tray, that you could just kind of, yeah, grab and go and snack on, dip the different wedges in the different sauce and things. So that's our loaded wedges,
And
ready to grab and go.
oh yeah, so many textures in there, right? So many
So
different
many textures, yeah, so colourful. And like Alex and I, we were saying earlier, weren't we, that at secondary school often it was just, you know, chips that people grabbed and just would take portions of chips. This is kind of,
that was it.
yeah, that was it. But here you've got that extra topping as well, so extra yeah, nutrition there, that it's a more well-balanced meal than just only having had chips for your lunch. So that's our loaded wedges. I'm going to just quickly, before come back to the soup, let me have a look at the soup, see if I can show you that. Yeah, so that's all cooked, delicious now, lovely chunky soup, which I'll just serve up to show you. Really hearty, rustic soup. So there you go. Not the best dish, but to show it in for grab and go. I just was looking in the cupboard if I had any kind of little, you know,
Well, Polly, they've got
things to show it in,
wonderful
because you wouldn't have
imagination.
it in a big dish like this. But anyway, that's our minestrone soup. So really hearty, really colourful, delicious, comforting. And then, yeah, we've suggested to serve it with a sandwich as well. We've got hummus and carrot sandwich to go on the side. So the two together are really yummy meal. So that's our soup and sandwich.
Brilliant.
This to the side. And I think we're going to have our next poll question.
I'm really interested in this one. Let's see what pops up. Coming. Here it is. What's your best-selling grab-and-go option? Out of this list, a burrito or a wrap or a soup? Is it a cold sandwich? Is it a hot or a cold pot, like a hot or cold pasta pot or pasta salad? Or fast food style or pizza or something we haven't thought of? It's probably not just chips. Here we go. The things that is the best-selling grab-and-go options are fast food style, hot dogs or burgers, and pizza are first with 38%. And then equal are burritos and cold sandwiches with 13%, saying that those are the best sellers. Very interesting, right, Polly?
Yeah, it's good, really great to hear from you all, and it is probably what we felt would be the most popular items. Talking to you all and hearing about your experience of cooking in secondary schools. So yeah, I guess trying to come up with that style of food, a slightly healthier version of it, and yeah, more plant-based options. There, I love the sound of the onion bhaji slider, and that would definitely be something, yeah, to think, you know, those kind of dishes, those kind of global influence dishes just working so well there. Right, we've got, oh, sorry, Alex.
The sausage rolls would just go, wouldn't they?
Sausage rolls, yeah, I hope that, and the Mexican wedges as well, you know, hitting that.
They're just really quick, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got two recipes to go to show you. So the next one is a cold filling option. So gone for the wrap. It's our coronation chickpea wrap. This coronation chickpea filling, you know, it can be served as a, like with a baked potato and a sandwich. But yeah, going with the wrap today to show you. So here I've got chickpeas, cooked chickpeas, and then in my bowl, what we're going to season those up with, I've got some plant mayonnaise, some mango chutney, and raisins. So yeah, again, loving the Indian flavors. This is really punchy, really zingy, really delicious. Alex, you were saying earlier, it's one that you really enjoy as well.
Oh my goodness, it's delicious. It's
very good.
Quite hearty, but it's got a light spice of that mango chutney in it, and
yeah,
just you can't stop eating it. Let's put it that way.
You can't stop. When I did the test, I couldn't stop eating. I was picking it up all afternoon on oat cakes and things.
If the chef is saying it, then you got to try it.
It's really good. Just you know, taking the humble chickpea, thinking about what you want it to do. You know, as a cold filling, you know, it needs to have a lot of flavour to go with it. You need to be thinking about the texture of it as well. So I've just diced up red onion. So again, that's going to go in. I'm going to tip the chickpeas in, and I'm just going to kind of mix and kind of, I've got a fork here, lightly mash everything together. You can mash it quite vigorously if you want that more crushed chickpea thing, which is really nice actually, breaking the chickpeas up, and then it also means that they kind of work better as a filling. You know, they don't move around as much if they've been mashed lightly. So just mixing that all together so we get a lovely coating. And again, I haven't done it here because we keep our recipes quite simple, but you know, fresh herbs chopped up into this as well could be really nice. Okay, so that's all.
Sorry, Polly. It's 37p a portion, so this is just a good
Yeah,
cost saving option and has zinc, iron, and omega-3 in it.
yeah. So I'm just gonna fill our wrap.
Fabulous.
So nice, smells so good. And then I've got some lettuce here, lettuce and cucumber, that nice kind of fresh, crunchy taste to go along with it. And cucumber. You can see that, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Okay, and then yeah, lovely, delicious. Oops, dropped a chickpea, popped out there. Really yummy, fresh, crunchy, zingy, just really flavoursome. A really flavoursome option. So
And secretly healthy.
yeah, very healthy. So there. And again, just really nice to move away from always having hummus, which of course, like we love hummus here at School Plates, and we know a lot of you love hummus and use hummus a lot on school menus. But just nice to do something different with chickpeas as a filling as well. So that's our delicious coronation chickpea wrap. So there we go. Right, I'm moving on to recipe number 5. A sweet recipe. So our zesty carrot cake, which I'm serving as individual muffins. So this is again in our new recipe guide, and basically it's just a really simple, tasty, versatile carrot cake. But the brilliant thing about it is that it is egg and dairy free, just made entirely from plants. So it's I feel like these are the kind of cakes that should be on school menus because they're just you know, great that children with dietaries or allergies can have those as well. And it's also keeps your costs down as well. Really economical cake to make. So I've got one more bowl to grab.
Okay, whilst you're getting your bowls, shall I say some facts?
Yeah, go for it.
How much this one is per portion? 9p. I mean, you've got to put this in your grab and go.
Yeah.
9p per portion.
Yeah, and I think this one would probably work really nicely in primary schools again as a grab dessert option, because I know often the children don't have very long always to eat at lunchtime. Well, definitely in the school my children are at, it's a very short time to eat, and so having desserts and things that they can just either take out to play with them is really useful. So in here I'm using spelt flour in this recipe, which is whole wheat flour, so really fibrous. And we use it as well in our pizza dough recipe. I've got cinnamon and raising agents in here. And then in this bowl, I've got some plant milk, the sugar and oil as well. So get all of those ingredients in. Use my spatula.
And there's something about oranges and carrots that just...
Yeah, I know. Well, we've called it zesty. So we've gone with orange, but lime, lemon are welcome as well. And, you know, you can experiment and kind of mix those together. But yeah, it does smell so nice with the cinnamon as well. And then here I've got my grated carrot and raisins going in. So really lovely to put vegetable, into the dessert, and it just works really well. And then I'm going to put in juice of an orange.
We're all smelling this.
Yeah, it smells so good. I just really fancy drinking this orange juice because it just looks so nice. Fresh orange juice going in.
Now here we are. We've got Sarah saying she also can't justify eating it herself, but she really likes it. I think that's the coronation chickpea.
Oh, great. So then mix that all together, make sure that it's really well mixed. And I guess I'm quite learning about making cakes that are egg and dairy free, and it's not kind of traditionally, kind of what I was taught when I grew up, how to make these kind of cakes. And so what is it that makes them rise and things? So this is the the reaction between the citrus and then the raising agents in the flour. But it's just, like I said, it's just a really, really good way to make cake that is just delicious, much more economical, and something that everybody can have. And then I put them all in the recipe book. Sorry, it's one cake that can be cut up into pieces, but just thought here with grab and go, let's put them into cases. So it's just really easy for, as I said, for the children just to kind of take one and go out to play. Would work really well in high schools, kind of healthier kind of breakfast muffin type thing as well, that can be just really challenging. I know sometimes with teenagers, getting them to eat breakfast or something in the morning.
Sometimes you provide sandwiches for away games or something for a school, or a school coming to visit, and you're hosting something and you're expected to provide a little lunch bag. Be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Of the meal.
Anyway, so divide these all up, and then they'll go into the oven, just 180 for 20 minutes. But I have got some that I did this morning as well to show you. I'm so actually over here. Here we are. So, and they came out so nicely. They've risen really well, and it's just a really nice portion size to be able to take. And then we've got an optional icing, which is just I'm going to go with the lemon here, a little bit of lemon juice and icing sugar.
Oh, Michael's going to use these for your upcoming eco conference for the children. How wonderful! Wonderful.
Yeah, they'd be perfect for that. They'd be absolutely perfect.
Inside one, the inside of the muffin, if you've the muffin.
They'd like to see us have.
Yeah, just open and make us really hungry. Look at that. Oh,
it's like a lovely,
beautiful crumbs.
Lovely carrot cake, just really moist. And
the response is I know, I'm with you, Janet. I'm with you.
I'm going to just mix this icing, but maybe just while I finish this off, we can do the last poll question, Alex.
Imagine how it's going to look, everyone. Let's finish off with a poll, so we have 30 seconds before the end of our session. Which of the grab and go options have you seen today that you would be most likely to try? You have to choose one, I'm afraid. Maybe we should have put all of them at the bottom. So which one? Is it the soup, or the sausage roll, or the wedges, or the chickpea wrap, or the carrot cake muffins? And the results are in. The winner is this sausage roll. 33% which are going to give that one a try. And equal with 22% are the carrot cake and the loaded wedges. And then finally, last and least, but they're still on there, are the soup and sandwich and the coronation chickpea wrap with 11%. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Ah, great. Well, this is just a little bit of the icing going on to the cakes, but yeah, that's really great to hear. And like I said, we're always just trying to think of new recipes and ways to support you. So having this as a session and hearing from you is really, really helpful in informing us and the future kind of recipes that we create. So thank you for joining us today and coming in and seeing all of these different dishes.
Amazing, Polly. And if anyone has questions, they can just email us and get in touch with us because we love answering things and we're all in this together. So it's been brilliant to see it coming together. Can I just add that we will have our next workshop on the 20th of March, again from 3 p.m. till 4 on Zoom. And we're keeping the momentum going from International School Meals Day, which is on the 14th of March. So on the 20th of March, we're having our next workshop with delicious recipes from members of our global plant-based school food network, these recipes are enjoyed by children around the world. Just so you know, the global plant-based school food network is hosted by ProVeg UK and brings school food providers together to share experience, ideas and recipes for plant-based school food. It started just last year and it's growing exponentially with 73 members in 39 countries already. So we're really excited about that. So we're looking forward to seeing you then. We've got literally a couple of minutes if anyone's got any last minute questions for Polly or any of us. Please, can I have the recipes too? Says Janet. I've got an email here. So you're all going to get them. We send them to all of you. We kind of want to have them together with the beautiful pictures and the breakdown of the nutrition for you and everything. So we will get them to you. Okay. Thank you,
Thanks
everyone.
everybody. See you next month. Thanks.
Next time.